Welcome back to the KIMI KATO show. We just went out with The Rumbling by SiM and came back with Mixed Nuts by Official Hige Dandism. So talking about anime and music, can you, SIM のランブリングについてちょっとお話聞けたら嬉しいです。
シムに関しては、今回のこの進撃の巨人のタイミングでこうユニバーサルから移籍してきた。逆にさっきの BTS はユニバーサルに行ってしまったけど、シムはユニバーサルからうちに来てきた。
So the SiM and Attack. So obviously SiM and Attack on Titan are closely related because SiM did the music on Attack on Titan, and the timing of that was that they came over to our label from Universal. I guess in order to be to be able to put their music onto this Attack on Titan anime. So that's how that timing worked out.
彼らがアタックオンタイタンもともと好きだったんで、今回のこのタイプの話をしたときに、本当にこう集中して、彼らの世界観と進撃の巨人がすごくマッチした、最高の楽曲が出来上がったと思ってますけど、ね、
後藤さんが説得したんですよね。
そこ、説得というか、そこの間を取り持って。
So yeah, I knew that these guys were big fans of Attack on Titan, and so we were able to sort of persuade them to jump over to our label as fans of the anime, and they really dedicated themselves to creating to crafting some really perfect music for the show, and you can see that now in how the show and how those songs have performed.
So Atsushi went to SiM's management with a gift of tie-in for the Attack on Titans. That convinced them to move from Universal. So Atsushi was the guy that brought SiM to their label through the tie-in of Attack on Titans. And then what happened? 何が起こったんでしたっけ?
You must give good gifts.
Yeah, what was the gift? Can I have one?
まだ我々が思ってる以上にこうね、彼らも想像していた以上に世界で聞かれてることができたんで、数で言うと今どれぐらいなんだろう。何億 ?10 億とか、いろんなこうプラットフォーム全部合わせたらそのぐらいの再生数。
なんか5億という覚えがありますけど。Yeah, so they were able, by virtue of this collaboration, to achieve incredible success on the streaming platforms. And last count, when we add up all the different channels, there are over 500 million streams.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So for them, that was a big win as well.
Good choice, I guess, to come over, huh?
Yeah.
And now, SiM are now touring the US. They are doing lots of things now internationally. They've performed last year. How many shows? I think 27 shows,
something like that.
Dance Gavin Dance. They've been performing on festivals, and they have their own festival in Japan, but they are big in Japan, but they are now expanding internationally, and definitely owing to the tie-in that Atsushi brought them.
Well, I got a kind of a two-part question for you guys. One, based on this conversation, the over 500 million streams, a big international audience now that they're enjoying. Do you see, this is for all of you guys, I mean, just a quick yes or no, but are you seeing the music and the culture in Japan and Asia that really crossing all borders now and everywhere? It sounds like it's really being accepted and growing, and the audience is growing, and so that's part one of the question. The second one is Pony Canyon has been around since 1966. Is that right? Do I have that right?
Yeah.
So regarding your announcement a couple nights ago at the Japan House in LA for Pony Canyon USA, opening offices here and expanding to Los Angeles and Hollywood, why is this the right time? Is that what you guys are feeling? Is this the right time to you've got an audience and you've got to kind of feed it?
Go ahead, Gabe.
All right. So taking the first question first, I do think that content that originates from the greater Asia area has become much cooler. I think that that is a somewhat pan-Asian phenomenon. It doesn't hurt that K-pop is kind of setting the world on fire as a musical genre, but then you've seen things like Squid Games from Korea, obviously, and then Godzilla -1 just a few months ago was the highest grossing live-action Japanese film in the U.S. box office history. So, you know, in that segment, it was off the charts. And I can recall even working as a film executive before that there was a time when you would propose projects that had leading characters who were either Asian or Asian American, and you would get sort of soft pushback that maybe it was harder to be relatable, or you know what I'm talking about. So so that was say 5-7 years ago. That was the phenomenon, and at this point people want that. They're actively looking for it. And so we have seen a situation where it went from being peripheral and niche to mainstream. And that's just a product of the content being good and the content becoming available. And that's just going back to the streaming stuff. People are able to access it as easily as anything else. And it's good and it's fresh and it's cool. So absolutely. And then Japanese content is a little bit of an OG in terms of being cool, in my opinion, because it's been cool since I've been playing on the Nintendo Entertainment System as a little kid. But I think we're seeing a new wave of excitement about Japanese content, and that gets to your second question, which is kind of why now. And I think that it comes from the market being more open to it, which is kind of just general openness to things from other countries, and things originating from the greater Asia area being kind of just cool as opposed to being peripheral. And also I think within Japan, a genuine desire to go out. And the Japan market traditionally has been so big, particularly on the music side, which, Atsushi knows well, that the market was so big and so profitable. It's still the #2 music market in the world, And so it was able to sort of satisfy itself, basically. It would produce things and then consume them, and it was enough. But I think recently, and certainly Pony Canyon is a great example of this, saying we want to go out. We want our work to be consumed globally by people everywhere. And so there's a meeting in the middle there where the global markets are saying we want more of this. And now you have companies like ours saying, well, that's great because we actually want to give you more.
Yeah. Oh, so great.
Yeah.
Thanks for the answer. That's a great answer.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, sure. なんか補足とかありますかね？大丈夫ですか？はい。
So do you want to quickly talk about official Higedandism as well? What's what that band is like? I don't think many international music fans know about official Higedandism. オフィシャルヒゲ、てかヒゲダンのことあまり知らないリスナーの方もいると思うので、簡単になんかご紹介いただけます。They're one of the biggest bands now, right?
They're huge. If you go on Chartmetric, they're like top 10 Japanese J-pop, if not top 5.
もうすでに日本をね、代表するアーティストになっていて、今回のミックスナッツっていう曲紹介したのが、歌詞にちょっと秘密があります。
So, so yeah, if you look at one of their big recent hit releases called Mixed Nuts, there's actually a secret buried in the lyrics.
今回のタイアップアニメがスパイファミリー、スパイの話、自分の身を隠していながら生活しているスパイの話。で、今回の曲のタイトルがミックスナッツ。歌詞をこうずっとなぞっていくと、主人公であるアーニャって女の子がピーナッツが大好きなんですね。ミックスナッツにピーナッツが入ってますよね。ミックスナッツっていろんなナッツが入ってるんだけど、実はピーナッツだけ土の中で育って、他のナッツは全て木の上なんですよ。だから出どころが違うのに、実はみんな同じような顔してるけど、ピーナッツだけが 土の中で生まれたと言いながらミックスナッツに入ってるっていう、ここがすごくアニメともリンクをしてるし、かつ我々生きてる中で多様性みたいなものってすごく大事だったりとかするから、まあ、そのミックスされてる感じと、あと、何ですかね、今回のこのスパイが群衆の中に紛れてる感じも含めて、いろんな意味合いがこう取れるような素晴らしい歌詞の世界観をこの曲に入れてるというところも、彼らの魅力の大きなポイントかなと思います。
So this is kind of a interesting and subtle connection that they've made. But so this song Mixed Nuts is tied up with an anime called Spy Family. And you know, so look, you have mixed nuts, right? And there's all kinds of nuts in there, but one of the ones that you're usually going to have is peanuts. Usually that's going to be one of the mix. But unlike most nuts, which are coming off of trees, peanuts grow from the earth. So they're the one type in the mix that's actually completely different origin. And this is sort of a subtle allusion to the story that this is tied up with the spy family, because the spies are obviously hiding their identity while they live amongst, you know, the rest of us who are not spies, right? You know, and so they are alluding to this sort of subtle difference of origin that happens for mixed nuts and for spies, and so that's kind of an Easter egg.
Very clever.
Yeah.
Do you have to play the record backwards to figure that out?
Probably. Yeah. So
that's great. I love that story.
Yeah. So
did we give away? Did we just give away? Do we spoil it?
No, people are meant to kind of find that out. When you go digging into the lyrics, obviously it's in Japanese, but if you want to, well, we have translation apps and all these kind of, you know, we can use the computer to translate so you can find out. But yeah, it's interesting because, you know, mixed nuts, within mixed nuts, the one peanut who grows underneath on the ground is hiding in the mixed nuts. And that's the metaphor of being a spy.
It's already such a great song, and now I love it even more. I love stuff that has a hidden meaning like that. Find the Easter egg. Yeah.
So they obviously have a ton of, Pony Canyon has a lot of anime. They create like 30, 40 anime series per year. 3、40 ぐらい. So along with that, they provide music. And so there are they have a massive anime division and the music division. They collaborate together to create a content that then that has the ability to expand globally. I'd like to definitely talk about more than their new artists, upcoming artists. So before that, we'd like to take a quick break. Don't go away. We are going out with Amber from a band called Croy.